we've talked about beauty, and beauty being the awareness of moving into the awareness of being and of all of that which is temporary, transient. Meaning it's so precious because it is just moments. There is in the background to beauty this incredible support of peacefulness. When we move with the energy of peace in our seeing or feeling, beauty has all the space to come to life. Why is it actually peace and not love, which is the main stable factor here? Love is at source extremely peaceful in a way. It's unconditional and all of this, but it also has this more intimate connection with life and with things which are changing and moving, in reuniting with the otherness. So if you see an object, it looks like the movement is love towards it, and then you see beauty. But actually the first movement is the seeing of the object. And this seeing is very much supported by this unconditional aspect of peacefulness, really unconditional. The more stable we are in the unconditional peace, the underlying peace in our perception, the more we can allow life to reveal itself, which is the revelation of beauty. The more beauty can be taken in, or we can open to the beauty in ourselves, in aspects of ourselves, or aspects of what we're seeing, which then becomes at one with ourselves, becomes beautiful. This unconditional aspect of peace is never in no way conditioned by time or space. Meaning, it's never somewhere we get to later. It's never, let's find a way to be in peace inside myself. It's never conditioned by space in the sense that, okay, nothing's here, it's boring, I feel crappy and stuck. So let's wait until that goes away, or let's try and make an opening, or let's try and move something in the space field to get the peace. It's never like that. It never works like that. That's all moving away from peace with conditions of time, later, before, now, maybe with memory, space. If I can get around this block, if I can get around this feeling of depression or this feeling of everyday kind of grottiness. It's never like that. It's really whatever is here, whatever is here. Even the most compact boredom and normality is the place where the peace is also. It's really in the movement of allowance. There's no fireworks, no light shows, no reaching out, no reaching in. It's really whatever is happening in this second, or whatever is absolutely not happening in this second. This is where the peace is going to be. This is where the channel is. This is where it is. Not 5 minutes into the meditation. Not behind a block, not within a block. It is the block. It is whatever is there in ourselves. There's no way around what is. In the movement of allowance, the real movement of allowance and acceptance of whatever is here in the moment, in this subtle movement of allowance, in being totally able to accept how we are in any given second, in this there is a new spaciousness in perception, which means that whatever we experience or feel in the second isn't the end point that it seemed to be. It's not the border that it seemed to be. It's just a border in space, or an end point of many, many ends and beginnings in time. It's not anything remarkable, so we can really, really allow it. Part of this is also allowing our tendency to create, to imagine, to think. So in really totally allowing that, for example, to move through the stages of creation, which is the peace meditation, and really, really allowing it for what it is, a fabrication. Because we have this incredible ability to do that. The peace is also in that. It's always here in what is. So, as usual, the way to move with the meditation, if we feel like moving like this, is to connect with the idea, to create the north, south, east, west circle around ourselves, to put the colour infinite blue, invite the colour. And then to move into the whole chest area. But we don't have to. If we're moved energetically anywhere else, that's also good. Really, really allowing the isness of whatever is there in its space, in its time, giving it the fullest permission and allowance and acceptance. But staying in it. Until it's not there anymore, but it's already another isness, or not. As we begin to sense the spaciousness and borderlessness of peace, which is quite unconditional to any shape or form or time frame that we might be carrying, we can be drawn to share that with others. Quite unconditionally, and if anyone or any situation comes forward, a nice movement is to breathe in the whole situation into the atmosphere of peace, and then to allow with the out-breath, unconditionally, without our even knowing about it, what's needed out of the atmosphere of peace. And if another situation arises or another person, to make the same movement again, breathe them in totally into the infinity of peace. And with the out-breath, allowing whatever is needed beyond our control, beyond our knowing. And then after 15 minutes,